Hi everyone, I wanted to show you a slightly more specific video today. In my newborn BFF video I talked about how I never have a sling in my changing bag. I always carry my sling either in a fuel cell, which because of these great straps on the top I can then attach to my pram to make sure I don't accidentally drop it, or I would already be wearing it. What I wanted to do is, in quite a lot of videos you see people showing how they can fit their ergo or their Becco into a fuel cell. What I wanted to show you today is how different types of carriers or woven wraps or stretchy wraps fit into a fuel cell, so that if you have something which isn't one of those buckle carriers, you can see whether or not you'll be able to get it into a fuel cell yourself. So I'm going to start pretty much in sort of size order, but also a little bit maybe in terms of what you might have for a newborn first. So the first thing I've got here is a stretchy wrap. This is a Wrapsody hybrid stretchy wrap, so it's like a bit like a Moby or something like that, but the reason it's a hybrid is it's meant to be slightly stronger than a Moby would be. It does come with its own case which matches the wrap itself. The problem with this though is it's made of exactly the same fabric, so it's not water resistant or anything like that, so I'm always worried if I have it just in this and it rains, my wrap's going to end up soaking wet. So let's have a look at this one. This actually, quite simply, because it's in the case, I'm just going to fold in half, and as you can see you can get a stretchy wrap into a fuel cell with no problems whatsoever. These come in two sizes. This is the large 5.2 metre one, so that'd be equivalent to a size 7 wrap, and that goes in with no problems whatsoever. Oh, I'd just like to say sorry for my nail varnish, it needs redoing, but as I'm touching loads of fabrics I didn't want to do it if there was any chance I could smudge it, so it's going to happen after the third video. Okay, the next thing I've got then is a Mei Tai. This is made by, sadly, a lady who no longer makes them, which is a real shame. I think it's either Melkaj or Melkaj, I never know how to pronounce it. This is a solar weave one, so it's got a very thin fabric panel, and it's also the baby size, which means it's suitable from about 3 or 4 months, so it's slightly smaller. In terms of the sort of straps and really the body size, you'd be looking at ever so slightly smaller than something like a baby hawk. So if we just fold it first of all and then roll it. Okay, and as you can see, that also goes in with no problems. My next one is also a Mei Tai. This is one I had custom made by the same lady. I think I've mentioned on another video, my boys are half English and half French, so I've got this one side which has got this beautiful Paris fabric on it. The other side, let me see if I can flip it over quickly, has got a London bus appliqued on it. So I absolutely love this. This though is more of a luxury model, and it's also standard size, so it's much bigger, so it's suitable from about 10 months. It's got these really thick, lovely corduroy straps, which are actually really fully padded further up, so this takes up a lot more space. Right, I have tested this. I might have to stuff it off screen, just because it takes 2 hands. I'll see how I can do. What I will say about this one is you would be able to get it in here. I wouldn't take it if you were planning to get it in and out fairly frequently. This would be I'm going somewhere, I'm going to put it in here because I don't just want it rolling around in the boot of the car and straps getting caught or anything. But I probably wouldn't want the hassle of getting it in and out frequently while I was out and about. But as you can see, even that incredibly padded Mei Tai goes in to the fuel cell. You can see though now it is very full in there. Okay. Right. The next thing I've got, just for a contrast, this is a half buckle carrier. This has been made, again, this was custom made for me, from a Didymos Snowflakes wrap, which is, let me double check the numbers on it, 60% cotton and 40% wool. Despite that, it's actually quite a thin wrap. It's just very warm because of the wool content. Now what this has got is it's got padded straps at the top, and then these turn into wrap straps lower down. It's got padding around the legs, it's got padding around the top if they've got their arms out, but it has a buckle waist, which is also padded. So let's have a look at this one. And it's also got a hood like my other two. I think we'll roll towards the waist because the waist is quite structured. These are not very neatly rolled, sorry, I probably could have done a better job of that. Let's have a look. Oh, there we go. Okay, so as you can see, that also goes in. It actually goes in a little bit easier than the Mei Tai I just showed you, but again, I probably would only put this in here if I was just going to throw it in the boot and get it out and wear it. If I was going to be taking this on and off somewhere, I'm not sure I'd want to have to keep stuffing. If I've gone out with just my wrap, I do sometimes, if I've got to a restaurant or something, take them off and fold them and put them in the bag and then just attach it to my changing bag so I know where they are. It just stops them trailing on the floor or falling off of chairs and things like that and getting grubby. Okay, what I've got next is a series of woven wraps. I didn't have anything smaller than a size 4. Oh, sorry, I forgot one. I've got a ring sling. So this is a 100% cotton Didymos ring sling. As you've seen the others go in, you will no doubt be completely unsurprised to see that a ring sling fits in here with no problems whatsoever. In fact, you could even get something else in there. There's loads of room. Sorry, so aside from the ring sling, I don't have anything smaller than a size 4. So that is 5.24, about 3.8 meters of fabric. This is again a Didymos wrap. The colourway is called Geckos Macchia and it's 100% cotton. So I'm just going to show you. And these go in a little bit easier if you roll them rather than fold them. Okay, so actually much like the ring sling, the size 4 goes in with loads of space. Okay, this one is then a size 5. This is a Kokadi wrap. It's 100% cotton. It's slightly heavier weight cotton than the Didymos one, but it's still 100% cotton. The trick with the wraps is it's often the height rather than the width that's the problem. So I find folding into 3 once you've reached this point helps them go in more easily. There we go, and that's one size 5 wrap in. So that is a 4.2 meter wrap. Okay, and again, there's a bit of space on the side, so if you wanted to put a toy in there or anything like that, you could get something else in. Okay, these are then the 2 classic sizes for a long wrap, a size 6 on the top and a size 7 underneath. This size 6 is my absolutely beautiful Didymos fish wrap. This is a 45% baby alpaca, 55% cotton blend, but again, a bit like the other wool blend I have, it's actually still quite lightweight. So let's, again, into 3s is easiest. You can see it rolls up much thicker now, but it still goes in with absolutely no problems. So there you go, that's a 4.8 meter wrap, a size 6, tucked away in here. Okay, so finally the biggest size, size 7, which is 5.2 meters. Actually, I say the biggest size, you can get a size 8. But generally speaking, a size 7 is about as large as most people need. I've just read some, I think I said a 4.8 meter for the size 6. They can actually vary between 4.6 and 4.8, with about 4.7 being average. There's normally half a meter difference. So if you just have a look, but most people need a size 6 or a size 7. So this is, again, another 100% cotton one. This is a Girasol wrap, and the colourway is Rainbow Springs. So again, if we bring that into thirds, and we roll it, and you can see again it's just that bit thicker, but can still quite happily tuck away into a fuel cell. Okay, so that was just a brief overview of some woven wraps and some different types of carriers, so that you can see, if you haven't got an Ergo or a Becco or one of those buckle carriers, whether or not you might be able to get it into a fuel cell. I really, really recommend them for carrying wraps. Like I said, they've got this really useful handle, which means if you're going out with the pushchair, you can clip it onto the pushchair, so you don't have to worry so much about losing it. If you've worn the wrap off and then you need to take it off, you've got somewhere to store it when it's not that big. You can clip it onto your changing bag if you want, to make sure you don't lose it. And also, because these are designed to hold food, they are pretty waterproof. So if it starts raining and you're out, your wrap's not going to get wet in one of these. Okay, I hope that helps. I'm going to try and list all the wraps I showed below, just so you can double check the sizes. And if you've got any questions, please post them. Thanks, bye.